We're back with another episode.
All right. Whenever you're ready. What are you doing?
Welcome back.
Really?
Welcome. Okay, God.
Ma'am, get it together.
Welcome back.
Back in the time. Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back to the Face Off with Fleming
And Fowler. You pointed to me like I was Fowler.
You know who we are.
Right.
And so do we. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How was your week?
My week was busy. It was a long week just because we were, you know how you always have like a long week, holiday weekend that's coming up, and it feels like it's taking forever to get to Friday. That's kind of what it was this week.
Because it's Labor Day.
It's Labor Day. We appreciate, you know who I'm really thanking this Labor Day and who I'm really celebrating?
Who?
Black people who are descendants of those amazing men and women who legit sacrificed their lives and worked for free and were enslaved. I am also celebrating this Labor Day the millions upon millions of, migrant workers who make America run every single day for pennies on the dollar, literally. That's the only people that I'm honoring at this point.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it. Yeah. I'm assuming the people, like, Labor Day is in celebration of the American labor system, correct? And, like, the people who worked and advocated for people to have jobs and not be...
Well, I think it's rights, too,
with
regard to labor, yeah.
So it's like PTO. They fought for PTO.
Yeah, like women's rights, I guess, whatever. Let me tell you something. Whatever women in the 70s fought to have women have equal rights in corporate America, I fucking hate you. All we wanted was equity. Nobody ever wanted to actually work 40 hours a week.
Yeah, I just want to know that I could work if I wanted to.
No, I didn't even know. I know I can. I don't have to try. Okay? And the fact that you decided to speak up for all women, you fucking bitch.
I wonder why some holidays get big celebrations and some don't. Like, why don't we have a Labor Day tradition?
Because you're supposed to rest. That's why.
That's the tradition.
That's the truth. Listen, I was with my bra off until you came over here.
Did you rested today?
I did.
I read a little bit today. I got a nap in. I went to the movies.
Don't you see? You see, I look I look like I'm sleeping.
Very demure, very cutesy,
very much so homely.
Homely. Yeah, I think I had a restful day too.
Oh, that's good.
Had some Mexican food.
Oh, that's always good. I started to like. Not barbecue because I don't do that, but like make all the sides because I don't eat meat. Mm-hmm. I'm a vegetarian, but I was gonna make all the sides and shit. And then I went to the grocery store on Saturday and I was like, "Bitch, it's about to be Labor Day. I'm not doing no
in an election year.
Hell no,
we're not laboring.
We're not doing that.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
How was your week this past week? Oh wait, before I tell you that, I went to a place here in San Antonio called Uncharted Adventures. And it was a place for, you can do axe throwing. You can be like go in a smash room where you can just smash a whole bunch of shit. And you pay to go in this room and you have headgear on and the Dickies outfit or whatever. And you can just smash shit and just get your aggression out. So it was one of the.
They have a splatter paint room?
Yeah, they do. It was really cool.
And a bar?
Yeah.
An escape room?
Well, they're building it. The escape room's not done yet.
What's zombie airsoft? Guns?
Yeah, they had those upstairs, but it's like not
laser.
It's less than a year old, so they're still adding stuff to it. They apparently have 2 locations. I think the other location has more stuff on there. I won't say which one we went to. Anywho, but it was really fun though. I got a chance to sledgehammer the shit out of some stuff, so that was great.
That's cathartic.
It was a great stress reliever. It's very therapeutic.
Wow,
I loved it.
Love that for you.
Yeah. It was. I was sweating my ass off. I was tired as hell.
That's some hard work.
Sunday, I woke up. I was like, "Damn, why does my arms hurt?" And I was like, "Oh, because I was
you were raging.
I was raging and sledgehammering. Sledgehammers are heavy. Let me tell you something. I know that you like a lot of murder stuff and like
I do
blood and guts, whatever. Blah blah blah. You have to really be an enraged person to kill someone with a sledgehammer.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit is heavy. It's heavy.
And what I need to know is, if someone knows the answer to this, feel free to chime in. I need to know if there's a statistic or like an average of like a blackout rage time, like how long that lasts, because you're expending so much energy doing shit like that. I would think by like 2 hits in, you're like, oh shit, man, you're like out of it, you know?
Yeah, I was only able to hit like 3-4 times, and I was like, "Whoo, bitch, I gotta take a break."
It's heavy. It's a lot of work.
It really is. It really is. I broke a samurai sword, but it was a wooden samurai sword. But and then I had well, allegedly I broke it. No, I didn't.
It was in your hands and it wasn't broken, and then it was in your hands and it was broken.
No, I just turned around and it was broken.
Interesting.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Maybe it was the rage. I don't know.
It was the rage blackout.
It was a lot of fun though. I admonish everybody to go and do that. It was a really good time. And then we did axe throwing. So
axe throwing's hard too.
It is, but I mean, it depends on how sharp the axes are.
Once you get the
blade
technique down,
yeah, it's all on the wrist.
It's all on the wrist, which I have horrible wrists.
Really, you need to get a Wii.
Oh, I haven't played Wii in a minute. Wii tennis, Wii bowling.
It's all in the wrist. The flick of the wrist.
Did you ever play iToy on PS2?
That was a little bit more advanced. I'm a Mario Luigi kind of girl.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. How was your week this past week, though?
My week was interesting. I was at work all week.
Okay.
Then work said they didn't want me anymore, so I'm taking a little time off.
Are you going out of the country then?
Nope, I'm staying here.
I was gonna say you probably can't afford to go out of the country.
I can't afford to go out of the country. Imagine if I was just picked the fuck up and left.
You do that all the time.
I can't imagine it, actually. You're right.
You do it all the time.
So yeah, I wouldn't put it past me. Today my mom was like, "Do you want to go to Vegas with me?" And I was like, "I can't. I simply can't." And
if
I was
she's
like,
paying for it.
I was like, "Well, what are the dates?
Yeah.
Just send me a little calendar."
Calendar invite.
I just can't say no. I can't say no.
Vegas, yes.
So this weekend I've been wanting to go to the zoo for months. No one will go with me. And there's something.
You never asked me to go to the zoo.
I guess because I know it's hot and you're not going to go.
True. Thank you.
Yeah, I already know.
No. Here's the thing. Remember on the podcast, I want to be asked, but I'm not going to go.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like, this is an open invitation for you to come. I'm now a seasoned member of the San Antonio Zoo. They got me.
You bought a membership?
I bought a fucking membership, bitch. Well, they do that thing where it's like, it's $25 to come once, or it's $32 to come for the rest of your life. And I was like, well, what am I, stupid? Of course I'm gonna get the membership.
They got you, bitch.
They got me. I'm never gonna go back. But I love the zoo. No one ever wants to go. I really just want Dippin' Dots and to like roam around. And I like learning shit about animals.
I want to go to one of those places where, like the live zoo, where you can drive through and feed the animals and shit.
We used to do that all the time when I was little. Yeah, there's one here, but we would go to one in oh my god,
5,
it's called
6,
7,
7,
8, Glen Rose, Texas. It's called Fossil Rim Wildlife Center. Bitch, those ostriches are crazy.
Yeah, I hear they're kind of, or I see that they're kind of unhinged.
Yeah, they are. And so you just drive through and feed all the animals. There were all these big giraffes and stuff. We used to do that. That was like our summer activity.
Yeah, see, we went to, what was the thing? Flamingo Garden when I was a kid.
Flamingo Garden. What did you do with the flamingos? Are they
Nothing,
fun?
because I was afraid of them. They stunk like piss.
Yeah, they do stink really
bad.
They
stink really bad. And then all of a sudden they're missing one leg and you're like, what the fuck? Something's wrong with it. And then as soon as you say that, the other leg comes down.
We used to go, and so you drive through, right, and you have the bags of food.
Yeah.
These animals are just crazy. They stick
Why
their head in.
Why are they so hungry?
I think it's like dogs. Like they just don't know when to stop.
Yeah. Like cats with catnip.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, catnip.
They become very rabid. It's really creepy.
So I went to the zoo. I got some. Here's the backstory on the Dippin' Dots. When I went to the beach over the summer, all I wanted was dip. I've been on a Dippin' Dots fucking.
Do they still sell those in the store?
No, they don't.
Oh.
So I finally found a Dippin' Dots at the beach. All I've wanted. The best thing about Dippin' Dots is the multiple flavors at once. Okay, so I wanted banana split. What's the one flavor they didn't have?
Banana split.
So I've been chasing that high for 2 months at this point.
Dippin' Dots, if you hear this, if you see this, please give Fowler some Dippin' Dots.
Thank you.
Please.
So I finally got my banana split Dippin' Dots, which was great. Hung out with my family for Labor Day. They're obsessed with me, so that's super cool.
I think you think they're obsessed with you.
I know that they are. Okay. And then I went to the movies this morning with a bunch of 60-plus-year-olds to see the Reagan movie.
There's a Reagan movie out?
There's a movie out. Dennis Quaid plays Ronald Reagan. It's about Ronald Reagan.
Dennis Quaid. I love Dennis Quaid.
I also love Dennis Quaid.
He's an amazing actor.
He can do no wrong in my book.
No,
but
definitely not.
Yeah, seeing movies with older people, it's like being at work, which fucking sucks. And at work, it's different because you're getting paid to do it.
That's so ageist.
It is. But they talk back to the movie. I need to tell you, first of all, I went with my grandmother and her husband. I call him Grandpa Bill or Mr. Nana.
Mr. Nana. I
Mr.
love that.
Nana. So she's calling me. The movies it started at 11:30. It's like 11:34. They're still not there. I'm like, that's suspicious, but her location looks close enough to me to where I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he calls me. He's like, we're in the theater, not a soul here. I said, it is quite literally packed. You're in the wrong place. They're like, okay, we're going to go out. I said, I'll come down and get you. Go down to the concession stand. Not a single person there. They're calling, where are you? We're right here at the concession stand. I said, where are you? Look at my location. They're down the street. They're not even at the right theater. I'm like, oh. I said, well, just get here because the movie's barely even started. The previews are still playing. Okay, honey, we're on the way. And it was, on my part, stupid of me. I should have just waited down there to get them.
Yeah.
But, they're 80 years old. But like a spry 80.
Yeah, because your grandmother was a nurse, right?
Yeah.
So she's very much so with it.
Yeah, she's still with it. And I was like, Shirley, I said, call me if you need help. I'll just run down and get you. I never got a call. The movie starts. I see these just bodies trying to like make their way up the stairs. Mind you, they bought tickets in the last row of the theater, all the way at the top. They have canes, both of them. So I don't know what the logic was there. They're like fumbling to get up the stairs. So my mom starts waving her iPhone to let them know where we are. Then I just hear dunk. My Nana has ran into
I'm not laughing.
A half wall. She just hits it straight on. Oh God. Also, her hearing aids just got adjusted.
Why did you have to reenact it? Oh
my mom was like, did she fall? I was like, no, she hit a wall.
I'm not laughing.
They finally make it up to the last part of stairs. They're like bumping into every single person. And I just hear, I can't see. I cannot see. It's so hard to see. And the movie's actively playing. This is a packed theater. And she's like I don't even know what movie I'm thinking of now, but like when your glasses fall off. I'm thinking of Babysitter or Adventures in Babysitting. Have you seen that?
No.
Anyway, when your glasses fall off in a movie and you just see the person like tapping around trying to figure out what's going on, that is her and her 6'4" husband trying to fidget their way through this movie theater. So finally, my mom turns on her flashlight, also embarrassing, in the middle of a movie. Turns on her iPhone flashlight. They're like, it's all the new seats at the theater have the tray that swings out. Well, of course, their tray isn't swung out, so she's trying to sit on top of the tray table. Plops down in the chair. We finally get them seated, so we're like, okay, just everyone shut up and let's watch the movie. And she turns to my mom, the rods and the cones, and you just know when you're old, honey, when you're older, they don't acclimate as quick. We couldn't see anything. And my mom's like, it's fine, Mom. It's fine. Then we hear like, she has brought the bag of popcorn that she bought from the other movie theater to this movie theater. There's only buckets here, but she's got a bag somehow. She's crumbling it up, trying to open it up to take a snack. I'm like, okay, we have finally settled down.
Was the movie already started by then, or is this still a preview?
The movie has fully started. There's a plot.
Yeah. Everybody missed it now.
Turns to my mother and me, and she goes, I can just now see. I can just now see. My eyes have just now adjusted. I said, shut.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, it's fine. My mom turns to her. She's like, shh, Mom, you have to stop talking. She was okay.
Did anybody turn back and look at y'all like, y'all shut the fuck up?
I blacked out. I don't even know. I was so embarrassed. We go 2 minutes. Her phone ringer, blaring, starts going off.
You know what it is about older people, and they put the ringer on like 1,000.
Thank you. And so everything is just amplified. And I've never been more embarrassed in my life.
But you love your Nana.
I know, but I love her so much. So then that was that, and that was already a debacle. But I'm sitting in the average age for the movie Reagan was 65, and that's being generous. And that's with also me bringing it down about 20 years. So everybody in that movie thought it was there. First of all, they probably lived through that time, which is...
Well, yeah, they
which
did.
is honestly insane to watch them.
Because he was a president in the 80s.
Yeah, so they're all sitting there, and they're all speaking back to the television like they were at home. They're like, oh, yeah, you remember that. Oh, yeah, excellent. Well, he should just... There's this part where his wife says something stupid to him, that his ex-wife, that he ends up leaving when he's in Hollywood. They're like, oh, man, just dump her. Leave her. Why would she say that? Everyone.
As if they didn't live through this man doing
Everyone's
that.
heckling this movie and applauding. Oh, best president we've had. Best president we've had. And I was just
this movie theater must have been full of white people.
It was full of older white people.
Exactly. Because black people hate Reagan.
What an experience.
Black people love John F. Kennedy, though.
Yeah.
Not Reagan.
They do.
Because Reagan allegedly pumped cocaine into the black families. And he also bombed a Philly apartment complex.
So shockingly, they left that out of the movie.
Oh, really?
Crazy. I don't know.
Wow, that's interesting.
A lot of horse riding.
Okay.
A lot of Iron Curtain, a lot of nuclear bombs. But anyway, all that to say, and it was
no war on drugs.
How long do you think a movie about Ronald Reagan would be?
They shouldn't even made one about that bitch, but probably like an hour and a half.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
No,
I fell asleep twice.
What did they just go from the birth?
From him in Hollywood to governor to president to Alzheimer's. That's it. His life.
What do we need to know about Ronald Reagan? Some of us lived through that shit.
But Dennis Quaid did a great job.
I love Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. All that to say, fun-filled weekend with the family.
With your nana. I love that. That's hilarious. Well, I had a very interesting, going to the rehab corner, I had a very interesting interaction with my patients. You know how we talk on the podcast all the time about how we as therapists and healthcare clinicians, we try to always break the ice with patients and try to, be creative and fun ways to introduce ourselves, tell them why we're here, blah, blah, blah. Well, I had 2 patients this week who were actually, they did the opposite. One of the patients, he was only agreeable to work with me if I told him what the original, not ingredients, but the original things in the actual original Happy Meal were. And I was like, sir, I don't know how old you think I am, but I was around when the Happy Meal first came out.
When was the first Happy Meal introduced?
I want to say it was 1977.
Speaking of, have you been to McCosmic? Is that what it's called?
No, but we have one up the street from my house.
Yes, have you been there?
No, because I don't know I've never heard of that before.
So I think it started in Chicago. Don't quote me.
Really?
Yeah. But it's supposed to be like...
It's been packed ever since they opened it, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, today was the first day I saw it, and it wasn't...
Did you go there?
No, I thought about it, and then I was like, no. It is a... God, stop.
I honestly thought it was like a play on McDowell's from...
That would have been funny. This is a small format restaurant featuring a menu of bold, refreshing beverages and tasty treats. I think it's like a specialty.
Coming to America. God damn, it took me a long time. I figure what the fuck it was.
They have like weird, I think it's space themed, and they have weird drinks.
Yeah, do they have food or is it just drinks?
So they have wacky drinks and they got some food. Oh, what is this?
I bet it's another vegetarian.
Creamy avocado tomatillo sandwich, spicy queso sandwich, McPops. They got some pretzel bites. Ooh, bitch. There is something about a half and half soft serve cone that just... I have to go. I just saw that, and now I have to go.
A half and half?
Half chocolate, half vanilla. I love a soft serve ice cream
these little
cone.
Sandwiches there. What is that? Do they have egg and cheese? That looks like an egg and cheese or something.
Egg McMuffin sandwiches and then McFlurry. So they just have little snacks and drinks.
So do they sell that stuff all day, like breakfast stuff all day?
So
because that'll be cool.
Oh, this is a full ass menu over here. Sunday. Oh, they got Sundays. Ooh,
that's interesting. Yeah, I
they
saw
do
when
have
they
an
put
egg
it up
McMuffin.
pretty fast, and I was just like, "What the hell is this? Cosmics?" I was like, "What is that?"
I think they serve it all the time. I don't know.
We need to get a Krispy Kreme on this side of town.
Ooh,
even though the Krispy Kremes were still very expensive.
Man, I really want soft serve ice cream now. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, a McDonald's Happy Meal. When was the first McDonald's Happy? Welcome to my brain. This is what it's like all the time.
You were looking up when the Happy Meal came out. I want to say it was 1977.
1979.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't born in the 70s. I was born in the early 80s. However, technically mid 80s, 84. Anyway, but I told him, I was like, sir, yeah, I lived through that shit. It started off as like a hamburger, a fry, a drink, a toy, and a cookie. That's what the original Happy Meal entailed.
Dude, I love McDonald's cookies.
They have the best cookies when they actually have them.
When they're hot and slap, like, ooh, absolutely. I love the sugar cookies.
That's the only time I like a hot cookie is at McDonald's.
Oatmeal raisin cookies are good too.
Okay, not them L-Tech ass cookies.
They are. No. They're good. Sue me.
First of all, if you're eating oatmeal raisin in 2024, just bang your head against the hardest brick wall you can find. That's disgusting.
They're not.
It's like you're eating little roaches. That's gross.
No.
That's ew. I love raisins, but not in cookies.
Okay, while we're on the trivia front,
okay,
a study just came out that said that most Americans can tell by 8:36, I think, whether or not their day is going to be bad or good.
Okay.
And
I would have to agree with that much earlier, probably.
What do you think yours is at?
7:30.
7:30. You know if it's going to be a good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a study revealed they can tell by 8:36 a.m. and that on average, Americans have 4 bad days a month.
I think it's more than that.
What do you think you're averaging in this economy?
Probably 15.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But what does it mean to have a bad day?
You had a bad day. Like if you would quantify that as a bad day, maybe for the rest of the month, we should just keep track of what we think is a bad day.
Every day going into a toxic work environment is a bad day.
Yeah, that's true. But then if you're doing it every day, that becomes your normal. So then something bad would have to happen on top of that to tip you over the scale.
No, because the good days are on the weekends when you're not there.
I guess. I'm thinking a bad day is like there's something specific outside of your normal routine that makes it a bad day.
Like the door handle grabs your pocket.
Ass.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that, this is
wait, you're supposed to be telling me the top 5.
I have that. I just need to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
We got new gowns at the hospital and like contact room gowns, and the back doesn't. Did it ever tie?
No.
It just always went over your head, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. For some reason, the backs of these are more open, I guess, for burlier people. Ventilation, who fucking knows? Oh. Well, the doors keep catching the back of the gown. I keep getting stuck in shit and pulled back.
I love that for you.
Pissing me off. I just want to know what you think the top 5 causes of a bad day are.
Traffic, number 1.
Okay.
Like a bad accident or something. Somebody's just being stupid and won't get their slow ass out of the fucking fast lane, you bitches.
Okay.
I would definitely say traffic. I would definitely say when you see a shitty leader or a horrible manager.
Okay, specific.
That shows up. Yep. Mm-hmm. Or a coworker that you don't like. If for those of you who have like productivity standards, if there's a particular project that they talk about that needs to be due that particular day.
Okay.
I think for parents, probably if you get a phone call from the school,
that would make it a bad day for sure. Yeah,
because you don't have no clue what they're talking about. I have a coworker who her kid's school calls her for the dumbest things.
Really?
Like they'll call her in the middle of the day, like 10 o'clock, and be like, "Hey, we just want to let you know that tomorrow's crazy sock day." She's like, "Don't fucking call me at work for that shit." Because I'm thinking something is wrong with my kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't answer the phone, but you have to because it's your kids.
It's your kids, exactly. That was 4. I think the 5th would probably be if you forgot that you don't have gas and now you got to go stop and get gas.
That really pisses me off.
Yeah, or actually have like a flat tire, some kind of car thing.
If you showed up to work and you weren't scheduled to work that day, would you quantify that as a good day or a bad day?
A great day,
right? I think so.
I've done that before.
Because some people would say bad because they went to work and they didn't
Hell
have to.
no, that give me a chance to go to Chick-fil-A, get me some breakfast, and take my ass right the fuck back home and go to sleep.
In this study, the top 5 reasons were waking up feeling sick, sleeping poorly through the night, waking up with a headache, losing your keys, and forgetting your phone at home.
Yeah, I would definitely say losing
my keys pisses me off.
Well, leaving your phone would definitely piss you off because you're just like, oh, I'm lost.
Yeah, that's like a part. Yeah,
lost
you need it.
Without you.
I wish I had a little ding. Can't help myself. Bing. How does it feel? Where's Robin Thicke at? What if I just pulled out a little fucking
ukulele
symbols?
Bing. Put them on your fingers. Yeah, I would definitely consider it, but not waking up sick. I wouldn't consider that a bad day. Mm-hmm. But I'd be used sick leave at my job, so who knows? Allegedly.
The others are running out of toilet paper, forgetting your wallet at home, sleeping through your alarm.
Out of toilet paper? Who the fuck cares about? Wash your ass with a washcloth. What?
Oversleeping pisses me off, but it happens so often at this point. I can't let it ruin my day.
Because oversleep. Well, you know what? Oversleeping is definitely one of them because when you oversleep, your whole day is thrown off because now you're rushing.
Yeah, that's true.
I would definitely consider that a bad day.
Forgetting to plug in your phone the night before.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a bad day because most people have chargers that they can charge their phone in the car. Yeah. Or you could just take your charger with you to work. So, but yeah.
All right, that's it. That's all my questions.
I'm surprised they didn't have anything for parents on there.
I know, like your kid throwing up on you.
Oh, that would be horrible.
I know.
Or your kid coming in and skipping, like sniffling and, oh, mommy, I don't feel good.
But I guess it's not a bad day for you. It's a bad day for them.
Well, it's going to be a bad day for you if you ain't got no PTO.
That's true.
Or sick leave. So that'd be horrible.
Kids are the worst.
But they're cute. I did have a patient who's an engineer. I believe he said he was a civil engineer. Anyway, he came in for whatever his diagnosis is. Anywho. And so apparently his job in the military he was in the military and his job was to work on, what are those things called? Spaceships. Jesus. Y'all, I'm struggling this episode. Anyway. And so we happened to be talking about the, astronauts that are supposedly allegedly stuck in space and can't come home. And he was like, they're not stuck. And I was like, really? What do you mean? And he's like, no. He's like, there's some stuff that's been broken. He was like, those people went there voluntarily. Like, you know, when you go out of space, you can't just come back in a month. That's not how it goes. Like, you're going to, you know, you're going to be on there for at least up to a year.
I wonder how much it costs to send someone up to space.
Oh, millions of dollars.
It has to. Okay, continue.
Probably tens of millions of dollars. And he was talking about how he was like, well, yeah, there's been multiple, not necessarily rescue missions, but like bringing supplies on there because they're at the actual space station and there's a few things that need to be fixed. And so he was saying that, I guess apparently or allegedly, they're not allowed to leave until they actually fix it. What?
This says, to send 8 people to space, it's $187 million.
Yeah. You know how many? That's a lot of moving parts.
To send 4 people, it's $375 million.
Because you got to account for the space. I mean, the weight as well as the amount of equipment and stuff you're gonna need. Did you ever watch Hidden Figures with Taraji P. Henson?
With Glenn Powell, yeah, I did.
Okay, Hidden Figures was about a black person. The first person she'd bring up was the white motherfucker in the movie. I said Taraji, Octavia Spencer,
we love
and
them.
Janelle Monáe.
I mean, they were the movie. He was just also...
Glenn Powell had 2 lines in the whole movie.
Set him with his whole chest.
Hey, ladies, y'all doing the math? That was it.
And they were doing the math.
Oh, my God. I cannot. Your racism is showing. Anywho, yeah, but all the calculations and the manpower just behind all of that, that's what you're paying for. You're paying for labor hours of that.
That's wild.
I think it's probably easy to go up there once everything is calculated, but and not blow up when, like the shuttle Explorer did.
Do you ever think... Because, you know, we have patients and they tell us these things or tell us about the jobs they have. Mm-hmm. I'm always like, I wonder if this is true. Like, that sounds true.
Well, he was talking about like a polar and a unipolar something. And I was like, wow, that sounds like you really know what
when
you're
you start
about.
getting into the nitty gritty, I believe you. But some people will be like, yeah, I did this, and that. I'm like, I don't think I believe you.
Yeah, no. Well, because he was telling us, he was like, well, yeah, that's why they switched him from launching out of California to then launching out in Florida because the equator is this and this and that. And I was like, sir, I didn't come for that. I just wanted to do an evaluation.
Yeah, you're like, I just need to see if
you
can walk.
It was very, you know, educational though.
It's always fun to learn.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm like, he really sounded like he knew what he was talking about. Like he didn't just hear that
I love
on
a man
YouTube.
who knows what he's talking about.
You know, most of the time.
Yeah. It's better than men who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's very true. Well, speaking of other work shit, I really just want our audience to understand that your job does not care about you. Okay? I have to be Kanye for a little bit.
Hey, I can tell you from fucking
this
experience this week, they don't give a singular shit about you.
Your job don't give a fuck about you. Go to work, go to fuck home, mind your business, okay? So I'm not sure if you all know, but a Wells Fargo employee, and honestly, I don't really think it even matters that it's Wells Fargo. I think it could be
They've
any
just been
company.
catching strays lately.
They really have. And so there was a Wells Fargo employee in Arizona that actually was found dead at her desk. And she had apparently been dead for 4 days. And the only reason why they discovered her allegedly is because of the smell or the stench coming from her cubicle or office or whatever her desk was. First of all, I think that is very, number one, sad. But number two, it is a permanent testament to how much companies do not care about you. Because how come nobody checked on this lady? But also, too, we tell you mind your business, so that's kind of.
But also, do you not? She never scanned out. Don't you get a report of people?
So only because of the finances, they're like, wait, this bitch still clocked in. She's still in company time.
I'm thinking, doesn't security just get a little ding like, hey, this bitch never, it's been 48 hours. This person never clocked out.
Nobody knows when you clock in or clock out.
Oh my God.
But I've done that too. Like even at a hospital I worked in when I was in undergrad, I forgot to clock out on a Friday. And literally, I tried to clock back in. I clocked back in on Monday, and then it made it seem like I had all these hours, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" And they were like, "Don't clock back out. We will adjust your time."
Right.
So I've been clocked in for like 72 hours at a time. Not on purpose. I mean, not on purpose, but yeah.
That I think that sucks. Also, 4 days.
4 days.
No one knew for 4 fucking days. Even a weekend, you would know, because there's no way. From a Friday night to a Monday, you would think someone would fucking find you.
And her desk must have been in a cut somewhere.
Damn.
Or maybe she was. I hope she wasn't an employee that people didn't like and didn't really care about.
How sad.
Because then I'd be really.
What if she was like, yeah, everybody probably felt so bad.
Yeah. Or what if she was like, no, I'm just working late because I came in late. Maybe she was having a bad day and lost her keys and had to stay late, and now she's dead.
Yeah, what if, oh my God. Here's the thing. I know this is kind of hypocritical because we work in buildings where people die quite literally every day.
Yeah, true.
But I'd be like, I'm not fucking going in there. Her spirit's walking around.
True. We don't think about people's spirits when we're in the
hospital spirits are, except for the other day I was telling someone, they were like, oh yeah, they heard something. And I was like, oh yeah, that's on the children's side. I have patients over there who would see kids all the time. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, when they redid the rehab, it was the old children's hospital. And I would have patients all the time that were like, I would say, how was your night? Did you get some sleep? And they're like, I couldn't sleep. Those kids are running around. Like, I hear them all night running.
Oh, Jesus.
But I don't think about that at all.
No, we don't. Because you know what, too? People are on benzos sometimes. And
True.
benzos
Very
make
true.
you see things.
Cats.
Like, yeah, people see ants. You don't see ants crawling up the wall. And I'm like, you're on drugs.
Shit on the
no.
walls.
Yeah.
Art on the walls.
Or a cat
cats.
sitting outside the window. Yeah. Or a little boy standing in the corner. It's always that in hospitals.
Yeah, I'm always like, are they in the room now?
Now, when a patient starts to see their parent or somebody that has died already, that's how you know they're about to go because Jesus on their way. Jesus on his way to come get them.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, no, but that's crazy.
But the cats, yeah, I'll
yeah,
entertain a cat.
I just think that that's so sad. Like you die at work, but that just shows
you got
again.
Me fucked up if I die at my place of work. I refuse.
I would be pissed.
I'd be pissed. I'd come back.
Fucking pissed. Like. You couldn't even die in your own home, like in the privacy and comfort of your own home, and that's how people are gonna remember you.
Okay, and a lot of people were kind of talking about the way that corporate America hasn't adjusted to so many middle-aged women working, or women working into their later years, I should say, and like how menopause affects you and you can't work the same and your needs are different and how no one's adjusted for that, and menopause is still one of the most unresearched and untreated health issues with women. This lady probably had a heat stroke,
or she probably had a heart attack, because women heart conditions manifest very differently in women than they do in men. So
I just refuse to die at work.
That's horrible. That's why I don't give a fuck.
No.
You can't give a fuck at work. This Wells Fargo. What?
You know about Wells Fargo's.
I just renamed them.
Far as well go.
I mean, as far as Wells Fargo, Here's the thing.
This is why.
You can't give a fuck at work. You cannot allow these people to stress you out over their dumbass productivity standards. This is why you will never convince me to ever care what you think about me taking sick leave.
No.
Like, I mean, I've been accused of abusing sick leave recently. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me, because if I need a mental health day, who are you to tell me I don't? Prove to me that I don't. Prove to me. And even going back to your point, there are some women even too who have debilitating menstrual cycles.
Yeah.
Convince me and prove to me that I can still come to work and my body is literally trying to kill me.
Also, it's just a job.
It's just a fuck. You are the Chipotle worker who's handing out the rice, okay? Your name is not the owner of Chipotle LLC. It's not.
If it is, he deserves sick day.
Like,
the only person who
that's
can't
what I'm
take days
saying.
off is the president. You probably need to show up, but you're barely doing anything.
That's what you got the vice president for.
Yeah, don't you have a million people running your errands and doing shit? I'm just saying, these companies don't give a shit. So do your job to the best of your ability, safely and legally.
And get the fuck out of there. Fuck them people. Listen, and if they fire you, just take your ass on unemployment for a little bit. You needed a rest, okay? Blessing in disguise. Anyway, I'll tell you what's not a blessing in disguise. People being idiotic. Speaking of Wells Fargo and a bank, I really want y'all to understand here. For those people out there who don't understand how the banking system works, I need you to do a quick Google search, okay? Because you're about to find out very quickly. And the reason why I'm saying that, you're going to learn today in this here century. So over the weekend or the past couple of days, Chase Bank has been in the news, or social media, not the actual news, but in social media news, because there's apparently been some kind of glitch with their system that has been allowing card holders to basically withdraw thousands upon thousands of dollars that is not their money, right? And some people thought, oh, it's a glitch. It's giving money right away. I can get $5,000, $10,000 real quick, $20,000, da-da-da-da-da. And then now they're seeing their account and they're negative $30,000 or negative $50,000. And I'm just like, I really want y'all to research and Google Chase Bank and who the hell owns that and what else they own, because those people not only have your social security number, they have your address, they have your place of business, and they're going to garnish your wages effective immediate. So if you don't even make $30,000 in a year, baby, you might as well go ahead and just go to God in prayer, because they about to garnish all your wages.
Every time some shit like that happens, I mean, that specific thing has never happened to me, but when things like that happen, I'm like, this is a test from God. or I'm on a show.
Just don't do it.
I'm on some kind of reality show.
Just don't do it.
And they just want to see what I'll do.
John Quinones is in the corner. Hi, I'm John Quinones.
And I'm just, like, what are those shows where it's like the barista says something fucked up to someone ordering coffee?
That's John,
is that
John
him?
Quinones. Yeah.
And
What would you do?
What would you do? I don't know what I would do. I would like to think that I'd,
Here's the thing. If somebody put 50 grand in my account accidentally, I'm not going to touch it because I already know. I need to find out, number one, if this is true or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to willfully get in my car, drive to my bank, and then literally withdraw money out that I know does not belong to me, because that is a crime.
That's what even freaks me out about have you seen the influencers and stuff who will post like, here's a Starbucks gift card, I've loaded $200 onto it, like feel free to get your coffee for the day. No. I'm like, even that shit freaks me out.
No, they just getting all your identity.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I just need people to be smarter these days.
What made you think that you would just get free money?
You had negative 16 cents in your account the whole year, and you think ain't nobody gonna look nothing fishy to be like, you just withdrew $30,000. You knew that shit went in your account. And y'all are going to jail. You're going to jail.
Computers.
Nothing is free.
Free money. Did you hear that San Antonio is one of the best places to buy a lottery ticket?
Bullshit.
I saw an article
Every time I bought one, I ain't win.
I swear to God. Let me see if I can find it. Because I also thought like, y'all
I only bought like
7 lottery tickets.
Probably 10.
Oh,
probably
like
10.
in the whole time you've been here?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm not going to be able to find it.
Because I be wanting to win the lottery, but I don't play it.
It says, San Antonio retailers sold 7 scratch-off lottery tickets that won $1 million or more in 2023, according to the Texas Lottery Commission.
7?
That's more than any other city in Texas. In fact, no other city sold more than 2 winning $1 million or more tickets.
That's a sign from God.
All but 1 were claimed by local residents.
God wants me to play lottery. I need to
scratch-offs, bitch.
Yeah.
I need to figure out where these were. It has to tell you, right, on the lottery page?
Probably not, because they don't want you going to it and harassing
True,
other people.
So I'm like, there's just millionaires out here. That's taxed though, right?
Yeah, so you probably get
still, it's more money than I have now.
Yeah, you probably get like $500,000, maybe 600,000.
In Texas, probably 600,000.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. In this economy,
listen, you could retire. You could at least stop working for a good 5 years if you spend your money right. You could stop working for a good 5 years.
I could buy like a cute little multi-family housing situation. Just let that roll.
Listen, even better. Go buy you a plot of land, right? No more than 50 grand. You're not gonna spend more than 100,000 on this. Buy a little plot of land. Go to Home Depot. Okay, get their little shed.
Little she sheds?
Get the she shed. That's like two stories, right? It's gonna cost you 12 grand. Okay, That's it. Get a contractor to just plumb all that shit and sheet rock it all. Got a little tiny house, baby. You'll be living good. Now, if you got a bunch of kids, then you can't do that. But if you don't,
we could also buy some ATMs.
Okay, you have to put money in the ATMs.
But what money we have?
True, because you get the fees.
Yeah.
But I feel like people aren't really using ATMs like that.
I feel like for some reason, I feel like cash is going to come back.
Oh, cash is going to, because you're going to have no choice but to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, all these apocalyptic movies ain't showing you shit like this for nothing.
I know. Cash is going to come back.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, I live off of fucking Apple Pay. And HEB, the second...
I've never used it.
Okay, first of all, here's my Apple Pay platform.
Okay.
When you use Apple Pay, every time you do a transaction, there's like a 20 digit code. It changes every time. So no one can hack that specific... your shit from that transaction.
You know, that's the same purpose of all your debit cards and them having the little chip in there to do the same thing, and they still steal your credit card.
It's as safe as using a debit card. It's so convenient because you just fucking put it up, scans your face, you're fucking gone. I never carry anything on me anymore.
See, that's the dangerous part. You're gonna get too comfortable and that shit ain't gonna work one day.
Why would you say that?
I'm just saying, just electronically. They're hacking into everything.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, my account won't have any money in it, but it'll work.
Well, that too.
If I had an ID situation, like if I could pull up my ID on my phone, I would never have a purse.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Going a little bit deeper. Would you get an implant in your skin?
900%.
Yes?
Actually, I say that. Actually, okay, wait.
There's a lady on TikTok that has one in her hand. And she unlocks certain things in her house with it.
Damn.
That's a mark of the beast. Get away from me.
With my ADD ass, it would be so convenient.
No, that's Alyssa.
But it does scare me. I wouldn't sign up to do it first.
That's your white side coming out.
I know.
That's your white side.
It is scary, but I would do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If like everyone did it, and
so if everyone took the goddamn bridge, you would jump off too.
They look like they're having a good time.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying it would make my life so much easier if I could just scan my wrist or my face. Like I just hate carrying stuff. I hate carrying purses. I hate carrying bags. I hate.
Well, I've been doing fanny packs nowadays just because I don't know if it's because I'm 40 now or just because
like
it's convenient. Like my hands are free. I can hold more things in my hands.
I went to breakfast. So
remind me to come back to the airport story.
I usually spend my Fridays with my Nana and my Saturdays with my grandpa.
Okay.
Because I'm the favorite grandchild. That's how it just works.
Why does she keep feeling the need to tell us that? You're in the wheel. It's fine.
And I went to breakfast with my grandpa the other day. Tell me why this man walks in with a fucking Jansport, like fanny pack,
I love that.
belt bag on him with all his fucking pills in it.
I love that for him.
I was like,
that's stylish.
He just walks in all cool.
That's very stylish.
And I was like, that. Wow. So everyone's on the fanny pack trend. But
yeah. But speaking of cards or like debit cards and stuff, so I went home to do some stuff, do some renovations and stuff at my mom's house during her birthday. And so when I went, I was in I had a layover in, I want to say it was, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. I had a layover somewhere. I literally can't remember right now. So in the layover, I had enough time to go and get something to eat. So I went to this little Chinese place just to get some rice. Mm-hmm. The person in front of me left her debit card in the little card reader, right? And so we were trying to figure out
she used her phone.
Well, we were trying to figure out which way she went. And I was like, well, I don't see her nowhere. It's like she was here today, gone tomorrow. So then when I was coming back, for some reason I had my debit card in my little fanny pack or whatever. And so when I was taking out my ID, my debit card fell. So this guy comes up behind me. Mind you, my flight was at like 5 something in the morning. So this guy comes up to me.
You were eating Chinese rice at 5 o'clock in the morning?
That was when I was coming down at night. Okay. My flight was a red eye.
I got it.
So then this guy, he comes up to me. He was like, excuse me, ma'am, is this yours? So I saw this debit card and I was like, I don't think that's wait a minute. That says my name. Goddamn. And my zipper thing was open. So I do agree that it is probably easier to be able to navigate through Apple Pay or whatever, but I still just like the physical card. But I try not to travel with too many cards on me. I usually carry just one credit card and a debit card, so just in case.
Well, remember we went to Europe and my shit was stolen.
True.
And I had to use my phone the whole time, and after that I was like a whole new world. If you're in a place with a system that's set up for tap pay, oh my god, it's a game changer.
Yeah. But what about international fees? You have to pay international fees when you do that?
Just whatever the normal is on your card, depending on whatever card you use. I used a card that is an international banking card.
Oh, okay.
So the fees were less.
Gotcha.
And some credit card companies reimburse all the fees.
International fees, yeah.
International fees.
Well, see, when we went to Paris, I used mostly I want to say it was my MasterCard. I used a MasterCard because the fees were much cheaper and they were like, if you spent so much money, then the fees were waived or whatever. But it wasn't like a whole, like you had to use like $5,000 or some shit like that. It was like if you spend $50, whatever, you can get them for free.
Yeah. I don't, how did we get here?
Because we were talking about Chase and the cards.
Okay, here's the thing about Chase. Hasn't this already happened with Chase?
I think so, yes.
It just also...
I don't think it's a glitch. I think they're doing that shit on purpose.
To catch some people?
Absolutely. And be like, you know what?
Stupidest criminals alive.
You're horrible banking. We got them, FBI. They're working with the FBI allegedly.
Yeah, I just don't know why people think that they could be able to just go and...
Like, you still, like, come on. Like, again, it's one thing if they deposit the money into your account. Yes. But if you're willfully just going and knowing that that's not in your account and you're just withdrawing shit, that's fraud,
also,
babe.
That 100% to me sounds like a setup. Like, they're trying to get people. I would be like, I'm not going down there.
That's just like somebody puts a box of guns in the middle of the street.
And they're like, come and get it.
Come and get it. And you're just like, no. It's free. It's a free fall. Okay. Yeah, why you going to be in jail, too, in a free fall? Speaking of other cards, I went to Costco this Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday.
Good for you.
Because I just went to go get a pizza.
Did you get a hot dog? You didn't get a hot dog.
I'm vegetarian.
That's right.
So, and to my knowledge, they don't have vegetarian hot dogs.
Have you ever had a vegetarian hot dog?
Yes, they're actually okay.
I love a weenie.
You have to you have to pan sear it. You can't boil that shit.
Oh, a water dog? No, I don't want a water dog. I want that shit grilled.
Is that how you used to do when you were a kid? Bougie ass. You didn't just boil hot dogs and put it in the microwave? Excuse the fuck out of me. Are you trying to call me poor? Is that what you're abused as a child? Neglected?
I do eat water dogs, but only on the street.
Why are you calling them water dogs?
That's what they are, water dogs.
Not.
Boiled in the water dog.
Listen, a boiled hot dog when you are a kid
does
is
that even
the best
sound?
thing.
No, boiled hot dog is not the best
when
thing.
You're an adult, that's when you pan sear it.
We're fried weenies. I'm a fried weenie girl.
So you were frying weenies at like 7 years old.
You were boiling weenies at 7 years old?
They're not weenies. I was boiling hot dogs at 7.
Hot dogs.
And
that
putting them in the
seems more
microwave.
dangerous. I do like a microwave hot dog, and then it splits on the end.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
So your ketchup sits in the little creases.
Yeah, in the little nook.
Exactly.
No, I'm with you on that one. I'm just saying I wasn't boiling hot dogs at 6 years old. But a water dog is like when you're in New York and stuff, the hot dog people on the street and they pull those nasty dogs out of the water.
That's the best kind of hot dog.
And I will eat those. But something about boiling a hot dog at home just doesn't sit right with me.
They plump when you cook them.
I do like a ballpark frank.
See what I'm saying?
I like a Hebrew National.
Hebrew Nationals are my favorite.
I like a Nathan's. I love a ballpark frank.
Yeah.
Also, HEB can do no wrong.
HEB Franks?
HEB Franks.
What's the company Field Roast? They have some good like stadium hot dogs, and then they're vegetarian and also Light Life. Now they're chock full of sodium, so don't look at the sodium ingredients in the back or content.
We're not here for nutrition.
It's like 900 milligrams allegedly, but nobody cares about that. They're good hot dogs.
I had some hot dogs yesterday. They were great.
Yeah. Well, anyway, speaking of Costco, I went there for pizza. Okay, jeez, fucking
this is
pizza.
the ADD episode.
Exactly. So I went there for pizza, and so I went in the exit route. And so I don't know if y'all
just
recall.
trying to be different, go against the grain.
Well, I didn't want to go all the way around when I'm just going to pick up my order because I wish. Here's the thing, Costco.
You ordered it?
Yeah, because that's the only way to do it if you want like a large pizza, or whatever, to take out.
How did you order it?
Yeah, just call them.
You called Costco?
That's the only way you can order a
and
pizza
they
ahead of
answered
time.
the phone?
Yes, they literally Costco food court. That's what they answer.
I had no idea you could call the food court.
That's the only way you're gonna get a pre-order of a actual like pizza box before you get there.
We have. Oh, you wanted it ready before you got there, because if not, because we've done it, but then we go shop. I see what you're saying.
Oh no! I just want to pick it up because I didn't go shopping because
wow, you're like the people who go to the movies, buy the popcorn and leave.
Absolutely. I absolutely do that.
Nice.
Because the butter is amazing. But so I went there to go get a cheese pizza, right? And so the lady, I went in the exit because the food court's right there. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you?" I was like, "No, I know what a pizza is, bitch." And so she's like, "Well, just to let you know, our club is going to be getting pretty soon the little scanners where you'll have to scan your card and
retinal scanners."
And I'm looking at her like, "Well, bitch, is it there today? I don't really give a fuck."
Is today the day, bitch?
I'm like, "Do you need to send my picture to prove that I can go pick up my motherfucking pizza?" First of all, Costco,
I paid my $60 like everybody else.
My bills are paid.
Exactly.
And I just need Costco to get a drive-through window for the pizza so we can just get our pizza. And
have
go.
you probably have never had it. What is that thing from Costco?
You don't know what I've had.
That's true, honestly. It's like the chicken Parmesan wrap thing.
Nah, never had it.
What is that called?
Never had it.
Costco.
Chicken Parmesan wrap. What?
It's like a chicken wrap.
And Parmesan?
Chicken wrap. Is it called a chicken wrap? No. Fuck. I cannot go on until we figure this out.
Okay.
Costco.
We're talking about food a lot on this episode.
We do. Chicken bake. That's what it's called. Have you ever seen this? These chicken bake things? Bitch, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Crack.
It's delicious.
Allegedly.
And it makes me feel the biggest thing I've ever had is
what is it? Just cheese and chicken?
Yes.
Stuffed in a
fucking good cheese bread, like a baguette. And it's so good.
Oh, it's that big?
It's huge. It's like the size of a Subway sandwich.
And it's only $3?
Bitch.
God damn.
It used to be. Who knows how much it is
No
now.
wonder people be at the food courts going crazy at Costco. I be like, this food is not that good, but clearly.
The chicken bake, the hot dogs, and that fucking
really good.
pizza's delicious.
Sam's Club has really good pizza and hot dogs. I used to get that all the time when I was
They've got good
working
cake
in private
too.
practice.
They got good cake.
Sam's Club?
Yeah, sheet cake. And
never had a sheet cake.
Sam's will give you cookies when you go to the bakery and ask.
Like for free?
Yeah.
Oh.
Usually when you're a kid, but I'm an adult and I
don't go to Sam's often, but I do have a Sam's membership.
It's given Walmart. Costco gives Target.
Well, because it is.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sam's is Walmart.
Damn. Call me when you're going to Costco next. I'm going to chicken bake.
Okay. Well, they'll have to scan my card.
I'll be like, I'm with her.
Be like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I have to get your own membership.
Yeah,
get your membership.
I'm not paying $60 for a chicken bake.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so because they're cracking down on their rules, do you think that Costco is teamed too much when they're doing that, trying to make everybody get their own like card as opposed to sharing a card?
I think if this was COVID times, I would say no, that it's appropriate. But because of where we are now in this economy, I'm like, people are just not going to fucking go.
Yeah, no. But I just think too, I understand it from a business standpoint that Costco wants to drive up their membership, but I also feel like the reason why your lights are still on is because of the patriotism, really?
The patriotism.
The patronism, okay? Because people are buying shit in your fucking stores, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're not making all this money off memberships because you only pay that $60 once a year. Yeah. So I'm just like, if people are coming in to actually shop, you're still getting money. So what's the fucking big deal?
They had to have ran, I mean, it's Costco. They had to have ran the numbers, and they were like, this is on average how many people are stealing Costco cards and how much per year that would make us. And it had to be significant enough for them to be like, we're going to do it.
Yeah, well, they're just copying off Netflix and password sharing. That's all it is.
Dude, nothing pisses me off more than the fucking Hulu password share.
Yeah.
Because Netflix will give, I feel like Netflix is a little more lenient. Like, it'll give you, no. Well, bitch, even as soon as I log in somewhere else, on Hulu, it's like, oh, you're in the wrong zip code, and it like
Netflix does that too, which is why I had to get my own because I was using my best friends for forever.
It pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm just like, let us have it. God damn, you clearly can afford to do this shit.
I know.
I'll tell you what else we cannot afford to do is not vote in this country. Well, that too. So for all the people in Texas, this is just for quickly for the people in Texas. Are you a registered voter?
Yes.
When was the last time you checked your voter registration?
Right now.
Okay. So I really need every resident of Texas. I don't care what city you're in Texas. If you live in the state of Texas and your voter registration is in the state of Texas, I need you all to go to www.votetexas.gov. Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Uh-huh.
Texas.gov.
But it's Vote Texas or TexasVote.gov. Whatever. Texas.gov. Go to the website. Google that shit.
If you Google Texas registered voter.
Yes.
Texas voter registration.
Yeah,
it's the first thing.
VoteTexas.gov. That's what it is.
VoteTexas.gov.
Darren, cut that. Make it sound
put the thing down, flip it.
And reverse it. So I need each one of y'all to go to the votetexas.gov and check your voter registration. The reason why is because allegedly about 1 million Texan citizens or registered voters have now been unregistered. Now we can all guess whose fault it probably is. Allegedly Hot Wheels, aka Greg Abbott. But anyway,
leading the way.
We don't really know who did it and why they did it, and apparently allegedly.
How do I know if I'm registered?
It'll tell you whether it's active or not.
Oh, active. He ain't got me, bitch.
Active, yeah, yours is active. So if you need guys need to go and on your votetexas.gov to ensure and to double check to make sure that you are still registered as a voter in the state of Texas. About 1 million registered voters have been unregistered, and again, please go to votetexas.gov and check your voter registration. Speaking of voting and politics and whatnot, what were you telling me about Colorado and the Venezuelan gangs?
Okay. I've just been seeing it everywhere, i.e. TikTok, because that's where I get all my information. But allegedly in Aurora, Colorado, ever been?
No, but I want to go to Colorado.
I think it's outside Denver. Don't quote me. I don't even know where I am right now. But supposedly this gang of Venezuela people from Venezuela, and they're in the TDA gang. Does that sound right? I don't know. It's like a big sex trafficking gang, but apparently they have taken over multiple apartment buildings in Aurora. They have like booted out the management and staff, and they are now like enforcing these crazy laws. They're walking around with guns, and they're forcing the people in the apartments to pay them rent. Isn't that wackadoodle?
They have lights and water. How was that staying on?
Well, I guess as long as the bills are getting paid, because those you pay through. Well, I'm just spitballing here, but those you usually pay through separately to the company. Like you have to set up your own water and electricity.
But if that's not being set up or paid for,
well, I mean, they still have to pay that, the person individually, but the rent for the building themselves, they're now paying to this gang because they're walking around with machine guns. Allegedly taking over these apartments, which is wackadoodle crazy, and apparently.
How long has this been going on?
For a little while. Supposedly it's been getting bad, but this is like, it's gotten out of hand and people are talking about it. But I guess the Aurora Police Department is like, we are looking into it. And these people are like, this is crazy. So a large group, allegedly, apparently, of bikers, burly
Hells
white
Angels?
men on motorcycles that they're saying are Hells Angels. I think allegedly mixed with other bike groups, clubs. We're just like, we ride at fucking dawn, bitch. And they all got together, and I guess they're headed down there.
Where are the Proud Boys? Isn't this their job to be handling shit? This seems like it'd be
right up their alley. But
Project 25 people?
What if they were turned away from this group? They're like, we don't need you yet. We're going to call you in last.
We're not here.
But watching a video of all these men on motorcycles flying the American flag and are like
middle-aged men
who are like, we're gonna take this into our own hands. I'm like, I'm still riding a patriotism high from the Olympics, but I'm also like, ooh.
That made you feel like a patriot?
I'm just saying, because I'm like, yeah, like I would just be so scared if that was happening to me, and I'd be like, where are the cops? You're supposed to be able to trust the cops. Where are they? So I would appreciate someone coming in, but then when that someone is a middle-aged white man flying an American flag, I'd be
Dan
like,
from IT.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh fuck,
we're screwed.
That's all we got.
He can barely get off the bike.
Yeah. So, and I just don't know. It's crazy.
Here's the thing for me. Okay, I'm not saying that this is not true, right? But I find it very difficult to believe that a police department is making a conscious choice not to actively do something if in fact there's enough evidence or enough talk about it where it's reaching social media and people are providing proof, right? Because number two, I feel like we've talked about on this podcast multiple times how a lot of these big metropolitan cities, Atlanta and other cities and such, they're building all of these cop cities around, right? Where they're doing all of this state-of-the-art training and bullshit. That, to me, would be the perfect opportunity to send those men and women over to these areas to try to help combat. Not only that, I find it very difficult to believe that they're not doing anything or that this is actually real. The only reason why I said it again is because if this were a bunch of black men, they would have been done dropped a bomb. The same way Ronald Reagan gave authority to the Philadelphia Police Department to drop a bomb on a whole ass apartment complex in 1985 that killed 11 people, including 5 children.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
So there, and then you'll hear these other reports about people who have gone to Aurora and are interviewing people at the apartment complex who are like, they have not taken over this complex. Like, there is a lot of gang activity here. It's gotten worse, but they're not taking over it, or maybe they've taken over specific units, things like that. So I'm thinking this is all, I don't think it's fake. Like, I think the events are true. I don't think it's to the extent of which we are receiving the information. I think they're trying to let it get as big as they can before doing something to push a political agenda.
I agree with that.
As November comes, because now,
close our borders.
Well, if they can let this get bad enough, they're like, see, you're letting in all of these people. You're trying to defund the police. You want these like loose democratic laws, and now these are the things that are happening.
Well, first of all, my question is, where did this Venezuelan gang come from, and how did they get to Colorado? Not where are they from? Obviously, they're Venezuelan.
They're from Venezuela.
But I'm saying, like,
why did they settle on Aurora, Colorado? I have no idea.
Because my thing is, where was Greg Abbott sending some of these people that have been crossing the border here in Texas? Because he's been busting people and illegally trafficking people across state lines, which he should be in jail for, allegedly. I'm just going to say that for protective podcast, but he did. Anyway, but all I'm saying is, and then where they get, well, I mean, you can't convince me that the police is not involved in that shit. I'm sorry, you can't.
Or just, if
allegedly.
I don't know, dude. It just makes me iffy.
I mean, because the same could be said for certain apartment complexes that have been overrun by, drugs and whatnot, right? Like, you could talk about where Jay-Z grew up, the Marcy Projects, right? There was a lot of allegedly gang activity or drugs and alcohol and stuff like that kind of going on in that area. So while they didn't necessarily take over the apartment complex, again, you did see people who were passed out in the front and all that kind of stuff. The same thing could be said for the project's own Good Times. Yeah.
It feels like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not real. And obviously something needs to be done if this is what's happening. Because they're known for sex trafficking. Like, we're here on this podcast, we're against sex trafficking.
Absolutely we are.
But it just seems like they're doing this for polls. And they're trying to, stir up something where...
True.
Make a mountain out of a molehill.
Absolutely.
So, as to say, I don't know, a lot of people in Colorado were also like, we've never heard of this.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is insane. Also, some people from Aurora were like, oh yeah, I drive by that place all the time. Like, it looks the same.
Yeah.
Not to say things aren't going on. I just don't know.
True.
I don't know that we needed to send 100+ middle-aged men on bicycles down there. But also, it's nice to know they were ready to do that.
No, because to me, you're just trying to live out a fantasy. Because if you're
true.
trying to be a vigilante,
very dangerous.
Yeah, if you're trying to be a vigilante in a whole other area when there are absolutely qualified men and women in a police force who should be doing that job. You going there, you're only going to agitate the situation.
You can't take justice into your own hands.
Well, and then going back to your point about the political agenda, then you're going to go and say, oh, this Venezuelan gang killed all of these people. Yeah, because you came up in their territory, like trying to fuss and bust and dick up against them. Like, no, you no.
Well, and then I'm like, this is all assumption. I would assume this is a lower economic spot, right, where this is able to happen. Because if it was a nice, affluent neighborhood, I don't think this would be going on at the rate it is.
It depends on how hard they want to push that agenda.
You think a gang of Venezuelan sex traffickers could do this?
Absolutely, they could. Who's
in an affluent neighborhood?
Who's gonna stop them?
They love the white people.
Who's gonna stop them? You in your 50,000 square foot home. You're going to be like, let's get out of here, honey. You don't try to protect it, but if a Venezuelan gang came with, automatic, semi-automatic weapons, you ain't going to do shit. You going to get the fuck out of the way.
You're going to call the police and the police are going to come.
They're going to come, but they ain't going to do shit. They're going to still do the same thing.
I'm just saying, if you have a bunch of white people rolling up to help you in this apartment complex full of black and brown people and shit pops off, it's not going to look good.
No, which is why I don't understand why people, again... You'll go and rescue or go and try to do something in somebody else's state, in somebody else's city, when meanwhile you got issues going on in your own state. Mind your business.
I didn't see a call from Joe Biden saying like, grab your arms. We're all heading to Colorado.
This isn't the purge, y'all.
No, and that's what it was giving, which is kind of scary. So all that to say, no idea what's going on down there.
Yeah, that's
hoping
crazy.
It gets resolved. That seems wild.
Prayers up for those people that's actually really happening, and
I would if I had the means, I would get the fuck up out of there.
I just go to work at Wells Fargo and just never come back. They'd be like, what happened to her? Like, she left her apartment, she's gone. She left the city.
I'd run up to a Chase ATM and that's the last thing fucking hear of me.
Out of here. Yo, that's crazy. What were you talking about? And we are not making light of that.
No,
that young
I'm
lady
not.
passing away.
I'm not.
We are making a play on the topics that we talked about. Anyway, what were you telling me about Rice University?
There was a murder. Speaking of all the crazy shit going on, there was a murder-suicide at Rice University the first week of school.
That's crazy.
In Houston, yeah. They did a welfare check on this girl.
Is that where Rice is?
It sure is.
In Houston, Texas.
H-Town, baby.
Why did I think Rice was like further up north somewhere?
Houston.
That tells you I'm not really a Texan at all. I don't claim this state. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so I guess they were in a romantic relationship and they did a welfare check on her because the parents hadn't heard from her and she hadn't gone to any of her classes, and they found her in the dorm room and her romantic partner also in her. I think there was a note. But isn't that so scary?
That's crazy. I mean, you go off to college, like going off to college is one of the best times of your life. Like, it's the most fun. You're still in that sweet stage of, you're not a kid, but you're living out the rest of your childhood, the last days of your childhood, and then you're entering into this new era of adulthood. And it's really just supposed to be fun, not serious at all.
21-year-old junior.
Jesus.
Multiple
that's horrible.
gunshot wounds. And the boy from Florida. I'm not laughing.
Is he really from Florida?
His name was
or is he Venezuelan?
Habenion Belai.
I'm not touching that.
I did try. He died. They died. That person died from a single gunshot wound.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
I cannot imagine. Her name was Andrea Rodriguez Avila. She's from Maryland.
Wow. That's sad.
And Rice is a hard school to get into. She's probably very smart.
Is it considered Ivy League?
Of Texas. Actually, you know what?
Which means it's not very Ivy League at all.
I think they just did a thing that said Rice was one of the new Ivy Leagues, or like it was on par with.
What's the qualifications to be an Ivy League?
Let's look it up.
Because I just feel like you're just paying more for education, but we gonna be at the same job. So what the fuck does it matter?
Rice was recognized as one of the new Ivies by Forbes. Also, so was the University of Texas Hook'em Horns. Thank you very much.
Boo.
Ivy League.
FAMU's Ivy League.
Really?
No.
Oh.
It's Ivy League of HBCUs.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'm a proud rattler over here. If you can't tell by how many rattler shirts I wear all the time.
Ivy League schools are known for strong academic programs.
Yeah, we don't care about that shit.
How do I know?
Yeah, what qualifies you to be an Ivy League?
An Ivy League school.
Whitewashed?
Long history. Racist.
Right.
Internationally recognized and respected.
Allegedly.
Generous contributions from alma maters.
So it's just money.
What is the difference between okay? The main difference between Ivy Leagues and other universities is their reputation. What? They are the alma mater of U.S. presidents, actors, authors, politicians, business people, strong alumni groups.
And where has that gotten us? Close to World War III? Fuck those people.
So it sounds like
Not all of them.
a long time ago, they decided that these 8 prestigious private universities were going to be called Ivy League, and they were the
They just didn't want black people going to them.
I think that's
really
what it is, and then it's just stuck.
Yeah. And there's nothing Ivy about you. You still got English 1101, English 1102, bitch. Fuck you.
Gun to your head, can you name the 8 Ivy League schools? Go.
Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, Brown. How many was that?
Harvard is one.
Harvard, Stanford, Princeton,
Yale,
Brown. You just said Rice, so that's another one.
Well, that's one of the new Ivies.
Oh, the old Ivies.
These are the old Ivies.
Dartmouth is not.
Dartmouth
Ivy.
is one.
Is okay. Let's see. I said Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Princeton. That's all I can think of right now.
Cornell.
Oh, Cornell. Yeah.
Penn.
Penn State is Ivy?
UPenn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Columbia.
Columbia and Cornell.
No, but I can name all the Ivy League HBCUs.
There you go. Let's go.
FAMU, Bethune-Cookman, Southern University, Howard University, Hampton University, Grambling University, Claflin University. I said Bethune-Cookman, right?
You better not forget one because they're going to fucking eat you up.
What?
You better not forget one.
I'm not calling out all of them. Mississippi, Fort Valley State, Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, Fairview A&M, that's here in Texas.
There you go.
Texas Southern, Florida Memorial, Edward Waters College, Morris Brown.
You're doing great.
There's many more. Miles College.
There's many more.
Valdosta State University. There's a bunch more. Xavier University.
Ooh.
That's in Louisiana. It's North Carolina A&T. South Carolina State.
Okay.
Tennessee State. I said Southern, right? Yeah. I said Claflin.
Those are good.
Yes.
I'll give that to you.
I know my HBCUs.
You know.
I know. The number one at that list is Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University that sits on the highest of 7 hills. Hallelujah. Anywho, yeah.
Glad we went down that.
Wow, that's sad though for those young people.
All that to say.
All that to say.
That is really sad. So young. I don't know what the hell's going on. Murder suicide is a weird thing. Also, in the dorm room, no one heard that.
I know.
But then remember we had
what kind of dorms?
We had that murder homicide at the hospital. No one heard it.
That is very true.
And there's people all up and down.
Yo, I could not. Could you, man?
That was a weird day.
We are living in the last and evil days. That's all I gotta say. Fat Man Scoop just died over the weekend.
Brooklyn Clan.
Yo, if you got $50 bill, put your hands up.
Dude, when I tell you that song was
up.
my entire childhood because I listened to it. I mean, it's in my favorite movie, Save the Last Dance. And I would listen to it on repeat.
Well, you know what's so funny is the song is actually Faith Evans' song.
Yes.
But he took over the song.
He's like, I got this. Thank you.
Single ladies.
And I never. And he just
and I'm like, it's Faith Evans' song. And he
ran
just
up
took
on
it
that
over.
song.
It's like, you can literally just play the beat. You don't even have to play Faith Evans' part on there. You're just doing the ad-libs of Fat Man Scoop. But yeah, he was at a concert over the weekend. And unfortunately, he actually collapsed in the back of the stage, and they were working on him. There were some videos and some angles that did show them doing CPR on him. Unfortunately, he did not make it, and so he was. Some reports say he was 53. Some reports say he was 56. He was in his 50s, and so
Hollywood, they don't want you to know.
Exactly, he was a huge staple in the hip hop industry, and one of the greatest, I would say, hype men ever.
Questlove called him an embodiment of what hip hop truly was about.
Absolutely. He was like, I don't think I heard any controversy with Fat Man Scoop, like ever.
Do you know what his real name was?
Probably something very like Joshua or some shit.
Isaac Freeman III.
Isaac Freeman.
I love Freeman as a last name.
You know that's a slave last name. Right?
Freeman. I know. I love it.
That's
I mean, I don't love it, but
that's your white side. Racist.
Just,
Jail.
I don't love it.
Caught on camera. Nope. You just said it. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Like, out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart speaks. We got it on tape. John Quinones, come on out.
Oh my God. It's just one of those names that just has a lot of history and means a lot. And people have carried that name and they were, you know.
Try to clean it up now.
That's what I meant when I fucking said it.
Yeah, right. That's sad though. So prayers up to all his friends and family who knew and loved him. He will definitely be missed from the entertainment industry. To me, like I said, he's the greatest hype man. Even to me, more hype than Flavor Flav.
That voice, you know that voice anywhere.
Nobody else can sound like him. Nobody else can sound like him.
That's crazy.
Amazing. But
it's also one of those people, like, not that he like went away or anything, but one of those people that's not in your face all the time, but you have so much love for and admiration for. And so then when you hear something, you're like, oh man. Like,
I know, it was sad. And the fact that he, died pretty much off the stage and passed out, doing something. People love to say, well, at least he was doing something that he loved. I'm quite sure he would have loved to live the rest of his life the way he wanted to and not have passed away like that. But, the fact that, he can be celebrated in that manner.
Is he from New York?
I believe so.
Brooklyn Clan, that would make sense.
I mean, so is Jenny from the block.
We don't, He's from New York, yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's sad.
It's a sad episode.
Anything else you talk about before we get into what we're watching?
No.
All right, what have you been watching?
Okay. I saw the Ronald Reagan movie. We talked about it. I wouldn't rush to see it. If you're like a high school history teacher, maybe.
Okay.
It may be good to show in class.
Yeah.
So long though. I saw the new Alien movie, Alien Romulus.
That was Dre's middle name from Brown Sugar.
Romulus? Mm-hmm. That's a cool middle name. They do a lot of Remus Romulus stuff on not Industry.
And the aunt was
Succession.
Romulus.
Romulus. They were the brothers, right? The Wolf brothers, Remus and Romulus.
I didn't pay attention and stuff like that. I don't know.
Well, now I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you said this was world history. What was this?
Remus and Romulus, I think, is.
It was Zach and Cody.
They were the brothers that were raised by wolves.
Cain and Abel.
They were. I think it's Roman. Is it Greek or Roman mythology?
Roman
mythology.
Revenge. Oh, okay.
They're twin brothers.
I've heard of that. I have not.
And then they were like raised by a wolf. So that's them sucking on the tit of a wolf.
I could have went my whole life without knowing that.
Anyway, that's where Romulus comes from.
Okay.
This is how easily influenced I am. I don't give a shit about the Alien movies. I know it was like a huge deal when it came out, the first one. Mm-hmm. But I could take it or leave it, except for I was listening to a podcast and they were all talking about the Alien movie and how good it was. So naturally I had to go see it. And you know what? It was good. It's got Kaylee Spaney in it. It's got the cute guy from Shadow and Bone. It's got the black guy from Industry. Great cast. Couldn't tell you anybody's real name.
Great. Awesome. That's amazing.
I bit off all my nail polish in it. I jumped a couple times. It was a thriller.
Okay.
Good storyline. I would watch it if you're interested in it. It was good. If you like sci-fi at all, it was great. I'm watching the show Lie to Me on Hulu. I don't even know what the fuck to say about that show. I just wanted to watch it because the new season was coming out. Mm-hmm. I really want to watch. Someone told me that Bel Air was good. The Fresh Prince remake.
I'm purposefully boycotting watching any kind of reboots.
So here's the thing. I'm on your same page, and it didn't look very good, but it's getting a third season.
Because Will Smith is probably paying for it.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
But to me, I'm like, if it's getting a third season, maybe it's good.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I heard it might be.
I just saw like a cameo of like the original Jeffrey and then like the new Jeffrey. I just personally believe, again, certain shows should not be touched. I did hear that A Different World is doing some kind of reboot, which
really?
Again, I don't want that to happen. Because apparently on some streaming service that they normally had A Different World on, the show has been taken off. And that's how they know to a degree there's some reboot in progress. I personally, again, want to just, I know where Whitley and Dwayne are and all of these other amazing characters. I don't need you to reboot, because if it don't come out the right way, it's just like that 70s show. When that 70s show came out, or technically that, what was it, that 80s show, that 90s show, I think it was.
That 90s show is the new one.
I started watching it and it was cool, but again, the first episode, the first 2 episodes was cool because you got a chance to see what the previous cast was doing, but then it focused on their kids, and I don't give a fuck about their kids.
Well, that's like Girl Meets World. I was like, I don't care about this.
Or Fuller House. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
I did not want to watch. Like, stop rebooting shit. Just please. There again, we keep crying out to Hollywood. There is so much original content out there. For those of us that live through a lot of these amazing shows, please stop robbing us of the opportunity to continue to wonder and imagine where these people are. We don't need you to tell us. Like, people keep coming in like Queen Latifah and Kim Fields and Erica Alexander's comments talking about, y'all need to reboot Living Single. Bitch, you got Insecure and you got Girlfriends.
There you go.
Let it go. Khadijah, Sinclair, Regine, Max, Overton, and Kyle, we already know where their lives are. They're living amazing lives. Leave those people alone.
Yeah.
Jesus. Or go rewatch it like I do all the time.
Yeah. Rewatch it.
Just rewatch it and appreciate the originality of when it was created. Stop rebooting it.
And so I'm doing that, and then I'm still slowly working through season 3 of The Bear because it gives me insane anxiety.
Okay.
It's like, have you watched any of The Bear?
No.
A lot of it is like...
When does it come on?
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
It is really good if you are interested at all.
Didn't one of the girls win an Emmy for
Io,
it? Io?
Edibri? Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not gonna do this.
The black girl.
The black girl from fucking Bear. It's like they're all in a kitchen working together, and it's just a high stress environment, and you see the fuck ups happening as they're happening, and I need time to work through that. You know, it's like watching a train wreck and seeing all the little ways it's about to happen, but no one's gonna stop it.
Like Final Destination.
Yep.
Okay.
So what are you watching?
I watched 3 things over the weekend specifically. So I finally saw Civil War.
Thank God.
Which was amazing.
How did you feel about? Sorry, I know you want to speak, but I need to ask you this. How did you feel about the? How did you feel about the violence in it? Like the. It's not gore, but just...
No, I don't feel like it was any kind of crazy violence other than, I mean, just the shooting. It was regular shooting. I mean, it's like you were seeing people's heads blown off and shit like that. But I was very shocked at the end, the particular scene at the very end, because I was very surprised that Hollywood would have actually let that type of scene... fly and be approved. I'm surprised that they didn't try to, the powers that be, the wizard didn't shut that shit down. But I just felt like this movie was